Over the past few months, I have gotten a lot of emails from various companies asking me to check out their Nintendo Switch 2 accessories and whatever else. And usually I would say no to stuff like this. However, it is the launch of a new console, so I said yes to everything, and we're going to check everything out in this one video. We have a Switch 2 dock dust cover, we have carrying cases, we have Joy-Con 2 mouse expansion accessories. We're going to check it all out and see if any of this stuff is actually worth it. Of course, if you are new here and you enjoy Nintendo Switch 2 content and coverage, I would appreciate you liking the video and subscribing. Let's get into it. Alrighty, folks, welcome back to the channel. So first up here, this is one I'm actually pretty excited to check out. We have the game controller mouse for Nintendo Switch 2. This looks, frankly, pretty cheap. We got the black one here instead of the blue and orange. That is also available. This is from Zhus, Z-H-U-S, game mouse for the Switch 2. This one I'm actually pretty excited for because the Switch 2 Joy-Con, when you're using them in mouse mode, like, it's comfortable, but I do kind of want a little bit more for when I'm doing my mouse controls in game. So we're going to see if these actually make a difference, if these make it more comfortable to hold the Switch 2 Joy-Con in mouse mode. Getting ready for that Metroid Prime 4, getting ready for that inevitable mouse mode in the new Splatoon game that's coming out later this year, or whenever it's coming out. We'll see what happens there. So let's open these up here. Went for the black ones. I thought the the blue and red made it look even cheaper, to be honest. I was like, I don't know about that. So I went for the black here, and they should just slot in. I don't think these are actually magnet. It is just a piece of plastic. So it should just... yeah, it just goes in. It's not magnetized or anything. It's just in there. But that should be fine. You're not doing any crazy movements. I don't know. I wish Nintendo would release an official one for these because, I mean, they have the cutout here, so you can still access the joystick. I don't know, because then it creates like a weird bit of friction when you're pressing the face buttons, which really is the main thing you're pressing. You don't really use the stick too much, at least not so far with the games I've played in mouse mode. So it's fine. Makes it a little bit more ergonomic in the palm of your hand here. However, I will say, even with the cutout here for the joystick, my thumb is still kind of getting in the way of the plastic, or the plastic is getting in the way of my thumb, the other way around. These are fine. I hope Nintendo does an official one that are actually magnetic and they actually get in there snug, because these really just lift right out, and they aren't the greatest, but still, they do make sure to have a cutout for the mouse sensor on the bottom, which is smart. That would have been a crazy oversight if that wasn't on there. I would give these, I don't know, like a 6 out of 10 in terms of usefulness. I do want something like this. I just don't know if these are necessarily the greatest thing in the world, but it's fine. It does make it a little bit more awkward to press the face buttons, though, because, like, you would want to press it like this, have your fingers here on the triggers, but then to actually hold it and use it the way that Nintendo is using in their games, you kind of lose something here by having your thumb on the face buttons, which is how you hold the thing when you're using it in mouse mode. So, these are fine. Not the greatest thing in the world, though. Okay, next up we have several accessories from one company. These are from Transnovo. We have a Joy-Con charging station there. This one's big. What is this? Oh, this is awesome. You remember back in the day on the Wii with Wii Sports and stuff, you would see these at like Dollar General or Dollar Tree or something. It's just a bunch of sport accessories for sports games using the Joy-Con too. They even have like a little baton here, it looks like, for Switch Sports. Was it Chambara, right? So, as well as a game case. I'm actually excited to check those out. I never used those as a kid. I always saw them at Dollar General, and I was like, why would I buy those? And then here we have a case from Transnovo as well. Can't even fit on the screen. We have the carrying case for NS2, Transnovo case. I guess we can compare that to the official one from Nintendo. Let me make sure that is everything in here. That does seem to be everything. So we'll toss that to the side. Okay, so first up, we'll check out this Transnovo charging station for NS2 Joypad. It's not for Joy-Con 2, it's for the Joypad. Does not include the NS2 Joypad, by the way. That's not included here. Can charge 4 Joy-Con. This is certainly useful. It's funny that Nintendo finally released one of these for Switch 1 last October, but it took the entire generation, so I wonder if they'll release one officially just way later in the life cycle. Let's go ahead and crack this one open here, though, and see. I wonder if it comes with, like, a charging cable. Oh, yeah, it does. Perfect. Free USB-C cable. That's what we're really here for. There is a little bit of a manual in here, but I don't think we need that. We know how to charge a thing. This looks alien. This looks alien almost. You got the blue and red colors kind of repeating here. So looks like it is just a USB-C to USB. Oh, it's USB-C to USB-A. That's actually fine. Because the Switch 2 dock has no USB-C port on it other than the one for the power to the dock, so you can plug this into the side and charge it that way. But let's go ahead and see here. This should just magnetize on. Yeah, it's not the strongest magnet in the world, but you know what? This is solid. If you want a nice way to charge all of your Switch 2 Joy-Con, this does not seem to be a bad solution. It looks a little goofy, but if you have a ton of Joy-Con, especially once they release more and more colors, like having a nice little thing here to put them all on isn't too bad, especially if you're doing a lot of Mario Party. You have your one Switch in the dock, you can charge 2 there, but let's say you have an extra pair of Joy-Con or even 2 extra pairs of Joy-Con for the bigger gaming sessions. It is nice to have an option here that is not just charging them through the Joy-Con charge grip, which is official from Nintendo. That costs $35, or I think it might be 40, whereas this, you can get this for much cheaper and charge all of them at once. And there will be a little LED light up here, which is actually pretty nice. I would say this is certainly more useful than the Joy-Con mouse accessory. I give this one like a 7 out of 10 on the usefulness scale. Okay, next up, it doesn't even fit on the screen. I need to zoom out a little bit. You might see some monitor. We have the 12-in-1 sportswear for NS OLED, and NS2. That's interesting, though, because the Joy-Con are a different size, so in theory, it should not support Switch 1, but we will see. There's also a game card case in here, which is kind of nice. On the back of the box, you got your golf racket. You got the bandages. I guess that's for Ring Fit, maybe? You have some joypad adapters. Oh, interesting. So you have adapters if you want to put a Switch 1 Joy-Con in, or maybe it's the other way around. You got the tennis rackets. You got the sword grips for Chambara, as well as a storage bag, and some rubber bands and lanyards. So you're not swinging this thing all over the place and destroying your TV with it. Let's see. I didn't know they still made stuff like this. Like I said, I still remember going to Dollar General or whatever and just seeing all the off-brand ones there for Wii when I was like 7. Kind of a throwback here, to be honest. So starting off, we have a carrying case for all of these. We have, I assume these are the adapters for the Joy-Con, so you can put those in. These are the lanyards. Oh, this is very nice, like it's like silky, this packaging right here. Very silky. I like that. Yeah, these are all lanyards for the different accessories. You have to put those on yourself, I suppose. We have just a bunch of stuff here. Here's our game card case, because why not, I guess. You can fit, what is that, 4 game cards or maybe 8 game cards in there. Here's my Rune Factory cartridge. Yeah, and that just goes right in there, and then you have a Switch carrying case. I never use these. I've never been one to just take a bunch of cartridges on the go. That kind of stresses me out. Like I'm gonna lose that one thing that has like 30 games in it. That is so stressful. So I've never been one to do that. So much. Like this one didn't even have anything in it. There's so many little pieces of plastic in here. Here are the straps. So this would be for like the, I guess, soccer and Switch Sports, right? You can put the Joy-Con in here. In fact, looks like it should just slide in, although it's not. I don't know about this. Maybe it goes this way. Okay, yeah, it fits in. Yeah, it's not too bad. This is actually not bad, because the one that comes with Ring Fit Adventure but also Switch Sports isn't that great, because it's just like a, I don't know, it's not plastic. This is actually plastic and it slots in there. So that's actually going to be a little bit more snug than the official Nintendo one. So I'm actually kind of a fan of that, and then this straps it together. Here we have our first little Chambara sword. Oh, this is awesome. Go ahead and slot that in there. How do I do it? Does it go upside down? I guess it goes upside down. So you can wave this thing around. That seems scary to like strap it in, and like I feel like it's gonna fall out if I do something too crazy with it. But there's that one, and then we have the other one for the right Joy-Con right here, and that would just go in the same way. So you can play Chambara like this. If you really want to. Of course, we also have the tennis rackets. I suppose these would be the more popular ones for this. Once again, you just slot it in there, and it will work as a tennis racket. Obviously, these don't actually like change your gameplay or anything, but if you just want to feel like you're really playing tennis when you swing this, well, these accessories can help you do that. It's a little goofy in my opinion, but if you're a kid and, you know, it helps with the experience, I guess. It's like, oh, I'm really playing tennis or badminton or whatever. Kind of neat, I suppose. A few more things here. We do have another strap set for the left Joy-Con. Don't need to look at that too much, as we already went over the other one. And then finally, we have the golf clubs for Switch Sports Golf. You have to imagine we're getting Switch Sports on Switch 2 at some point, but still, you can play Switch Sports 1 with this if you really want to on the Switch 2 using these. So it'd be like you're putting it. I played a lot of Switch Sports. Maybe I'll go back to it. I'll finish up basketball, although there's no basketball accessory here. I'll go back to it and finish up the challenges with these with these accessories. Let me know in the comments down below if you've ever used one of these, like on the Wii or on the Switch, one of these like sports accessories that don't actually change the gameplay, just to kind of, you know, give you the illusion of holding a tennis racket or a golf club or whatever. Really just depends on if you want the illusion. I mean, these are fine. It's just a little piece of plastic. You put the Joy-Con in and then you can hold it. I mean, you know, if that's what you're into, probably not for me, but I don't know. It's fine. I give these a 4 out of 10 for the gigantic storage bag I can use. Okay, and then final accessory from Transnovo is the carrying case. Now, this came to me kind of damaged, not gonna lie to you there. So I think they shipped it like through Amazon, so maybe that's an Amazon issue. But either way, it did arrive damaged. At least the box did. I'm sure the case is fine. It's just a case. We will compare this to the official one because this, I believe, is much cheaper. I will say it does look like it actually comes with some protective cases for the Joy-Con, as well as some joystick caps, so like control freak kind of things, a tempered glass screen protector, a dust plug, a folding stand. So you're actually getting more out of this than the official one. The Nintendo one just comes with the case as well as a screen protector that I don't even think it was tempered glass, to be honest. I have that one on my Switch right now. Oh, the tape is fighting me. Okay, there it goes. Okay, first impression, this is definitely nicer than the Nintendo one. It's so much heavier duty, and it feels nicer. Here's the Nintendo one for comparison. Of course, it does have that Nintendo Switch 2 logo on it, if the branding is that important to you. Nintendo logo right there, but I don't know. I like the straps here. They're colored. That's cute. The inside of the official Nintendo one just offers some pretty basic game card holder right here. You can put those in there, and then the Switch itself. So pretty basic case from Nintendo. Let's see what Transnovo has for us on the inside. So their zippers here are red. I wish they had done the blue and red for each one, but that's fine. And on the inside, you have all the accessories that it comes with. So first up, we have, what is this? It's a oh, it's like a little stand for the Switch 2 itself, I guess. Yeah. What is happening? It's folding in every possible direction. What is this? Okay, I see. So this is actually just a little stand for the Switch 2 itself. If you wanted to prop it up and play like that. But like, I'm gonna blow your mind right now. It has a kickstand. You could just do that. I guess it gives you a little bit more height, maybe a little bit more versatility with how you angle it. But I don't know. This feels unnecessary. It's fine, I guess. But like, I don't know. You don't really need this this stand here for the Switch 2. We also have some joystick caps, it looks like. Oh, we got a lot of them. I actually might use these because I don't think Control Freak makes them, but I love, on my DualSense, I have some Control Freaks on. But basically these, you just slot them on it to your Joy-Con control sticks, and they give you a little bit more of a tactile feel, a little bit more range of movement because you're getting more height out of it. Sometimes they're a pain to get on, but basically it just gives you a little nub to play with here on your Switch 2 control stick. And there's a couple different options here for different like types of grip, depending on how you want to do it. The best way to get them on, I'm seeing, is just to kind of spin it. They certainly don't look very good, but they do feel nice. I do like these in general. I'm not sure about these ones specifically. I would need to play with them for a while and see if they're that good, but I do like having a little rubber cap on my DualSense, so I will actually try these out for a little bit and see if I like them in the long term. What else do we have in here? Okay, we have way more game cartridge slots than the Switch one, the Switch carrying case. So already I'll say this, I think this is certainly a better case than the one Nintendo is offering. Oh, interesting. You have some plugs for the dock. If you're not going to use all of the ports on your dock, you can put these in there and kind of cover them so there's not dust going in. That's actually pretty useful. Although I think I'm using every port on my dock, except for I don't have an Ethernet cable in right now, although that will change very soon. But if you want a dust cover for your dock, that's actually kind of nice that it comes with those. Of course, we have some silicone rubber grips for your Joy-Con. No accessory kit is complete without this. I've never gotten the whole silicone grips. I like my control stick nubs, but the silicone grip thing, I don't know. I mean, this looks ridiculous now. This looks, look at it. This is incredible. Yeah, I don't know about that. I guess it kind of is nice. I've never really tried them, to be honest. I don't know. I always just thought the silicone grips were a little silly, so I never paid them too much mind. But you get one for each Joy-Con here, and rightfully so, they are still designed in a way that you can just easily attach them to the thing. So we're starting to deck out our Switch 2 here with all the accessories. And final accessory with this case is the screen protector. What I like about this is it comes with one of these like alignment things, so when you're putting it on, you don't have to worry about aligning it up properly, because you like put this down and you put the screen protector in there, which Nintendo's carrying case does not do. So honestly, best accessory so far. I would say this is like a 9 out of 10. Even if you don't use like the grips and the silicone rubber, just the little dust plugs that you get with it, I like that. I like the case itself a lot more than the official Nintendo one because it has so many more little compartments that you can put stuff in. It comes with a screen protector that's better than the Nintendo one, and just way more little pockets for storage and stuff. So honestly, this is like a 9 out of 10 right here. I like this case. I'll be using this over the official Nintendo one, I think. Okay, we do have another case here, though. This one's from Syntech. We'll see if this one compares to the Transnovo one. They sent this over. Shout out to them for that. See how it compares to the others. Once again, already, I think it's higher quality than the Nintendo one. I mean, I guess the Nintendo one's more sleek, so if that's what you want, like if you want something that's a little bit more lower profile, like here's the comparison between the Syntech case and the Nintendo one. But I don't know, I want it to feel secure, and this is like a nice hard case, whereas this one doesn't really, I feel like I'm not being protective here of my Switch 2 if I put it in this, which I really didn't think I'd be saying going into this video, that I like these third-party cases more than the Nintendo one. But let's open this up and see if it comes with anything. There is a little piece of fabric on there. So Syntech case has little spots for the buttons there. And once again, it has a very funky smell. I'm going to say that right now. It smells wrong. It does not smell good. There's something about the scent on this thing. But yeah, it has kind of like in this nice like wool or, you know, nice fabric interior, a little bit softer plush setting for your Switch 2. Little Velcro strip right there. And then you can just put your Switch 2 in there, and it's a case. You all know what a case is, right? This one, will it fit my analogs? Yes, it does. Even with my my stupid little thumb grips here, it does fit it. So once again, I mean, I would still say the scent is awful. It smells. I'm gonna be honest. It almost kind of smells like cat pee. So that drops into like a 1. But the case itself, if it doesn't smell like that when you get it, the case itself is certainly nicer quality than the Nintendo one. I do like the case itself. I can't believe it smells like that. What is happening? A few more things from Syntech, though. They sent over a pretty big care package, actually. We have another Joy-Con charging stand, so we can compare this to the official one. Or not the official one, was it Transnovo one? We'll compare it to that. But yeah, here we go. Has some specs on it there for voltages and stuff for your Joy-Con. Pretty basic packaging for this. But this one also holds 4 Joy-Con. So if you need to charge a lot of Joy-Con at once, this might be an option for you. Take a look here and open her up. See what we got. Another USB-A cable, which is nice once again, so you can plug that into the dock. USB-A to C. Looks like it's already plugged in. Let's see here. Okay, this one certainly looks higher quality than the one we looked at earlier. However, I do kind of like the fun colored design on here. This is more of just like basic black design Syntech logo right there. And then if you put the Joy-Con on, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. This certainly will get the job done. You can put 2 waves here. So 2 Joy-Con in the back, 2 in the front, and charge it that way. It's also actually baked in here, whereas on the Transnovo one, it's a USB-C that you plug in, which I do like the versatility of that. So if the cable goes bad or something, you can swap it out, whereas this is actually hardwired in. It's certainly heavier duty. Maybe it charges faster as well, but I do think for my money, I prefer this one. Because this one's like a nice little carousel too. I don't know. I'm kind of more into this one. The magnets aren't very strong on here, though. On here, they're not very strong either. the magnets aren't very strong on any of these third-party accessories. But there is another charging stand. Once again, like, I don't know, like a 6 out of 10. Does this smell like pee, Syntech? This one does not smell like pee. This one smells fine. Cool. This one's fine. Okay, we have another one from Syntech here. Surprised I only got one, to be honest, because these are always like the most popular accessory. But we have some Joy-Con wheels here. Now, I have not actually opened up the official ones from Nintendo. However, based on what I've seen of them, they look really high quality. Still waiting to do a video on those. But I guess I should read the back of the box here. Precision design, plug and play, ergonomic SLSR buttons, immersive experience. Sure. I've been playing a ton of Mario Kart World recently. I've not tried gyro controls in it yet, though. So maybe I'll hop over and play some Mario Kart with these on Knockout Tour. I'll do like the hardcore mode, go for a win with these. Okay, so we have our first wheel here, and then we have another one right here. There it is. 2 wheels for 2 Joy-Con, and as you would expect, they just slot in here. And, you know, if you like using motion controls in racing games, this certainly gives you a much nicer SL and SR button here, to the point where even if you're not playing a racing game, this feels so much better to hold than just the Joy-Con, you know, by itself. If you want like a better button here, or maybe once again you're having like a big game night with Mario Kart, it's 24 players now. I'm not sure how many you could do locally, but you're probably going to end up having to give someone just a single Joy-Con. Even if they don't do motion, this just feels better to hold because of these buttons. Nice spring action to them. I like that. Very nice click to these. I like these. I don't know if they're better than the official Nintendo one because I haven't opened those yet, but I do like the way these feel in your hand. Certainly better than just holding the Joy-Con. So honestly, I'd give these like a 7, just for the comfortability. Not even necessarily like if you're using motion controls, just how it feels to hold is so much better than just the Joy-Con by themselves. So shout out to these. I kind of like these. I have to do a scent test for everything now. These smell fine. Okay, we're down to our final 2 accessories here. We have a big carrying case. I believe it's from, yeah, it's COOWPS, COOWPS. They sent me this carrying case. This is more like a sling bag for over your shoulder, I believe. So if you're on the go, this will fit a lot more than just the Switch 2 itself. Has this nice kind of hard finish here. I actually like that. Even if I don't use this for Switch 2, I'll end up using this, I think, because I don't have a bag like this at the moment. Nice mesh back here. Couple different compartments, so you can have a little slot down here, as well as the actual bag itself here. Is this actually like branded for Switch 2, or is this just a bag they sell? I don't even think this is a Switch 2 accessory. This is just a bag. But they're advertising it's for Switch 2, I guess. Let's see here. We do have the colored straps at the top here, just the orange or red, however you want to classify it, and then the inside here. Yeah, this is just like a regular bag that they're like, yep, you can put your Switch in. I appreciate the bag. This is actually a pretty nice bag. A couple different compartments here for different things. You can put like a Pro Controller in here, right? A little Velcro protection, as well as maybe some extra Joy-Con in here, and then the Switch 2 itself here. I do like this little pocket at the top with the zipper. You can put more Switch cartridges in there, perhaps, as well as there's a whole nother compartment in here. So a lot of little compartments. I like a bag with a lot of little places to hide things. So not necessarily designed for Switch 2, but not a bad bag. I like this. And then the final accessory we have for today is from PlayVital. This is the silliest accessory I saw. I actually bought this one myself just to show in the video because I thought it was a little goofy here. We have this PlayVital game changer designed by gamers for gamers. I like how it doesn't say what it is. It actually doesn't say what it is at all on the packaging. But this is a breathable dust cover for the Nintendo Switch 2 2025 game. This is to put over your dock with the Switch 2 in it, and that doesn't really make sense to me. It's literally just... this was like $12. I just wanted to see it. Yeah, so PlayVital, it just fits over your Switch 2 dock to protect it from dust, I guess. Yeah, so here we have the Switch 2 dock. You would just put it over here, if I can get it on, and then it protects it from the dust. Okay, man, sure. Then there's an issue. If you want to put this in, you gotta put it down, and then you gotta take this off and put it back on. This doesn't really think about the fact that you're taking the Switch 2 out of the dock all the time. I guess if you don't do that, if you just leave it stationary, sure. But yeah, there's a dust cover for the Switch 2 in the dock. If you really want to do that, have just an ugly dust cover on your TV setup, you can do that. Also, going back to the Switch 2 carrying case, the best product we opened in this thing from Transnovo that came with all the accessories, they actually added little grips on the Joy-Con with the silicone thing, so I actually kind of like that. That's nice. I do like the grip. I actually might leave those on. I was saying I don't like the silicone stuff too much, but no, that's kind of nice. I know they have there's that kill switch from some company that people like, but that's actually kind of nice. I like that. So in conclusion, out of every accessory we opened up, this one was by far my favorite because it comes with so many extra accessories, including a screen protector, a thing to align the screen protector, a little stand, some controller nubs, some silicone grips, a dust cover for the dock if you want to plug up some of those ports you're not using. This one clears basically everything else in the video. The case itself is also nicer than the official Nintendo one, and it doesn't smell like pee. Although I will give a shout out to the Syntech steering wheels. I do like the way those make the single Joy-Con feel in your hands. But that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Have you tried out any third-party accessories on the Switch 2 so far? And if so, which ones do you recommend? Let me know in the comments down below. Maybe we'll do a follow-up video checking out even more Switch 2 third-party accessories. I think that might be a lot of fun. Of course, as always, subscribe here for more Nintendo Switch 2 content and coverage. Follow me on Twitter at BoTalksGames. Check out my Nintendo news channel at BoTalksGames. And until next time, folks, peace!